Hello guys, just waiting for a few minutes now. Let me just switch on my webcam. Yes, I think I am visible. Just let me get in the center of the board. Yes, I think I'm good. So, how are you guys? Hope you are doing well. And today we are going to have this late Bhausaheb Padsalgikar arena. This is a tournament which have been organized by Mr. Purohit and other of his group members. And there is a huge cash prizes for this tournament. It is already started. I think I had shared all of these tournament details in my WhatsApp group. If you haven't joined, please join the WhatsApp group,
Hello guys,
guys.
just waiting for a few minutes now. Let me just switch
Just
on
a
my
minute, let me switch off
webcam.
my audio. I think you might have got some. Okay, yes, we are live here. And okay, so the question is, guys, now what are we going to do in this tournament? So, as you can see, there are many IMs and GMs participating in this tournament. So what we are going to do is we are going to check these games, okay, from IMs and GMs in this tournament. We are also going to check how are they playing. I just want to check if I can see the games. I am not part of this team yet. I think this Purohit team I'm not yet. I'll just open this in the new tab. I'm not in. Okay. There are a few comments in the comment section. The World Chess Academy says I will play this. So yeah, you can try entering if they give you entry now. You can play it. Gaurav says hi Gaurav. Hope you are doing well. Pushpa Pawar Gaurav Pawar here. Okay Gaurav, hi. You are doing well. Hope you are doing well. Rohit says hi Rohit. Gavas Rohit, hi Rohit. Hope you are doing well. Okay. So yes, the games have started, guys. The tournament has started. It's a good news for all of us. And I know many of your people are still waiting for this live stream to start. So let's check actually what is the current situation. Let me just try clicking on one of the games if we can see this. Yes, we can see the games, and this is the game between and the Berserk mode is on, guys. Berserk mode is on. So we are having a Nimzo Indian defense. Oh, it's a Queen's Gambit decline between I am Abdi Salimov and Corneta. And in this variation, after the exchange on d5, black has preferred to capture the pawn back with the d5. And I can see some comments here. Okay, we can ignore those. So it's a nice position, guys, and both players are trying to play in the Berserk mode. I think most of the Grandmasters and IMs are going to play in the Berserk mode to win and get maximum points, as there are going to be huge cash prizes in this tournament. If you're not aware what are the cash prizes, I will just okay, they have accepted a draw. That's strange. Okay, let's go back to tournament. I'll just try to open my block wherein probably there I can show you uh, the different prizes, the cash prizes that are there for this. This is the block I had published few days ago for all of you members in my WhatsApp group. So this on this blog I have mentioned what are the cash prizes for this tournament. So first prize is 3000, guys, 3000 rupees. Second is 2000. Third is 1000 rupees. Fourth is 750. Fifth is 600. Sixth is 750. Seventh, 8, 9. So you can check this blog. I'll just try to put the this link in the comment section. You can check this blog. Probably it might get blocked with the by the YouTube, but yeah, you can try to check it. So this blog, and if you want to check this tournament, I'm pasting the link as well in the comment section. You can check this tournament as well. And now let's go back and try to see who are playing this. So 1500 plus two players are playing right now. It's great to see all this, so many players playing in this tournament. So let's check the next game, guys. Next game between let's check the game between IM and GM here. So these are not playing in the Berserk mode. That's nice. So GM Bocharov is from Ivan. He's from Russia, and Zuber is from Russia as well. So both players are from Russia. Both are 2500 rated players, guys. Let's quickly see what happened in their openings. The C4 was played. English opening C4, C5, G3, Knight C6, Bishop G2. Bishop G7, Knight C3, Bishop G2, Bishop, okay, Knight F3, Knight H6. This is interesting. Knight H6 is generally played to play pawn F6, Knight F7, and pawn E5. Let's see what technique has black used here. Pawn D4, C takes D4, Knight takes D4, and that's a free piece on D4. No, that 6 knight is hanging. Okay, so if knight takes, if bishop takes h6, and now knight c2 check. Interesting tactics, guys. Look at this, beautiful tactics here, guys. So bishop takes h6, knight c2 check, queen c2, and now bishop h6. So this over interesting tactics, guys, and this is what we are going to see in this blitz games. A lot of tactics, Lots and lots of tips, traps over here. That is what we are going to witness here. So bishop goes back to g7 and pawn takes g6. H takes g6, rook takes, bishop takes, and now black king and white king both are going to stuck in the center. So it would be interesting how these both players are going to play now, because both are this is a live position. Queen a6 check has been given on the last move. I'm just trying to make sure that we are still online and people can see us. I think, yeah, there was some kind of lag, but I think we are still online. Let me just make sure the connection is good here. Okay, so king goes back to e1 now. A very dangerous position for both the players. Okay, okay, we have a good network connection, no problem. And bishop is now moved to e6 square. The queen is under attack, and it would be interesting to see how white continues here. White is trying to open up, create some kind of play by pushing this c5 pawn, but it's not going to be easy for white to play now, especially looking at both of these bishops which are lined up against this queen side. Probably black is going to open up his queen side as well and use his rook in the open file. So that's what probably we can expect very soon. I am just checking about. Yep, I think we are still online, good to go. Okay, okay. Exchange in the center. This will help white a bit, because both the bishops, they were very strong and pointing towards the king side here. And now let's check. So this pawn is pinned now. Next step would be rook takes, probably c5. Okay. Can we play knight takes e7, king takes e7, pawn takes check, king d7, and queen f7 check? Okay, but yeah, yeah, knight e7, king e7, pawn takes pawn check, king goes back to d8, and then probably we don't have good move. King d7 is fine. Queen f7 check is dangerous in that case. Yeah, that's what white has gone for. This is interesting, guys. This is interesting. This is the same move which I have actually suggested. So Naveen Chess is here. Oh no, it's already started. Yes, Naveen, it is already started. I had published details of this tournament a couple of few days last week actually. You should have participated. This is a beautiful event. It's a free entry with cash prizes. And king d8. King d8 is something which I had visualized here. King d8. Yep. So this is going to be, I think now pawn d7 will be played. Check, king takes d7, and queen takes f7 check. And probably he'll try to pick up the bishop. Then white would be having this two pawns, this two versus one, and he'll be having here three versus one. So slight advantage for white considering he has two extra pawns on the king side. I think d7 check should have been played here. Okay, anyways, let's see what's white is going to play here. Queen d8 and queen g6. So a lot of pawns for. So bishop takes b2 is a blunder here because of queen c2 check. That's not available. So bishop cannot capture this hanging pawn. So now black has to think how he can attack the white king here. This bishop has to get activated. Okay, so black has to be very much alert and he has to make sure that he gets good attack with this bishop. If not, then these three pawns are going to be very much dangerous. And only thing is that if this king is exposed, queen might get a perpetual. That is the only thing that black can get over here. Okay, so king b8 is played now, and so black is just making sure there are no more checks. Adarsh Gupta is saying all the best. Adarsh, yeah, I'm not playing. I'm just trying to analyze all the games out there. This is a big tournament, guys. 1500, I think 1600 players they are playing today. So that's a huge tournament with the cash prizes. So it's going to be very much interesting how this goes out. And there are lots and lots of grandmasters and international masters who are playing in this tournament. king to a7 now, and still we have 1 minute, 1 hour 20 minutes. You can still, guys, if you are there, you can try participating. I'm not sure if it's allowed to join now. I think it should allow you to join now as well. You can just try to give an entry, guys. You can try to join the tournament. So I think white is soon going to be under time pressure. Still, it's 5 plus 3. It's a blitz game, so 3 seconds will be incremented on every move. So it's still there's a lot of time left with white as well as black to think now how to win from this position. I'm just trying to find out details about I am Zuber. Okay, so I think I have got some details about. Yeah, so these are the details, guys, about I am Zubar, who is playing from white pieces here. He is from Russia, and his FIDE rating is 2442. That's an excellent rating, guys. I'm just making sure you can see this. Yes, I think it's visible to you. Yep. So this is his rating, guys. 2442. That's an excellent rating, FIDE rating. I am Zubar. He is playing from international. He's an international master, playing from white pieces here. Okay, just setting up the camera quickly, and let's check the details about. So let's wait for some time because now white is under time pressure. The international master is under time pressure, and grandmaster seems to have good bishop and queen combination. Queen e4 check, I think, is the next one. Yep, queen e4 check. King has to move on the black square, and I think white would just repeat the queen moves now because he's under time pressure. He would like to be a draw. So yeah, that's the draw, guys. Yep, it's a draw. It's a very nice game. Let's go back to tournament, guys, and try to find out the next game. Okay, let's see if we have someone from. Okay, Arpita Chess is a WIM, and let's check this game, guys. So WIM is Arpita. She's from India. Let's check the details about Arpita here. So she's Arpita Mukherjee from India, and she has a title of WIM. I'm just trying to bring details about her. So I'm just trying to get details about Arpita Mukherjee, guys. You must already be know. Has got a bronze in. So she has recently got a bronze medal in Asian Junior Girls. I'll just bring the article in front of you so that you guys can see the article. It's over here. Probably it's visible to you. I'm just trying to make sure it's visible to you guys. So she has just won the bronze. She's playing from white pieces here. Arpita Mukherjee against GM Yakho baby from Uzbekistan, and she has India. She has made India proud, guys. Arpita Mukherjee, and she has won the gold medal in the bronze medal in Asian Junior World Championship Online Championship 2020. She was the sole medal winner for India in this online edition of Junior Asian Junior. So it's an excellent performance by Arpita Mukherjee. She has made us proud in this June in the online girls online championship, guys. Asian Junior Girls Championship. Okay, and that's great, guys. That's Arpita, and it's actually great that we are witnessing player Arpita playing in front of us right now. Of course, she might not be in the best of the position, but yeah, she's fighting very well here against GM Yokobai from Uzbekistan. I'm just trying to analyze the position, guys, for you over here. So d6 pawn is now hanging. So what if white captures the d6 pawn? She is under time pressure, so she has to move fast now. Probably she is thinking about capturing a d6 pawn or bringing back. Oh, knight takes c5, and this was hanging as well. So now probably she is in trouble. So e4 knight was hanging, yeah. So hence she could not capture the d6 pawn, and knight is now in trouble. So probably knight f queen f2 can be played. Knight e4 back, and now c4 pawn is hanging, b2 is hanging, and I think this should be winning for GM Yakobaby. Yakobaby is 2551, guys. That's a great rating. So there is knight f6 threat now, knight f6 and queen takes queen, but now queen is supported. Yep, I think she is just making pre-moves and she has lost. Oh, okay. She's trying for this queen f8 check. Queen f8 check is what she's trying here. That's interesting, guys. Rook to b8, and I think queen takes d6. Okay, f1 rook is now hanging, so queen cannot be moved. F8 is now secured. Just 4 seconds. I think the time pressure would not allow Arpita to play some good moves here. Yep, that should exchange the queens. Yep, timeout. So Arpita lost this game. No problem, guys. Let's go back now and check the next person, next game. So the champion is playing, and let's see who all are playing right now. Who are in the so Corneta GM is on the top. Kingmaker, new player is also playing well. He is just 1456 rated. I hope all players are playing in the with the sportsmanship spirit and not using any kind of engines or external help. So okay, I can see MPH is streaming. That's nice. Okay, okay. Let's see. Let's see one of the games, guys. I'm just trying to get my account with the leeches. Sorry, the Khelo Chess India account. This is something that I'm not using regularly. Yep. So now I got my account back, and let's see now. So interesting position again, guys. Black is under pressure with attack with the two bishops. Bishop back. So let's see who is the FM over here. FM is from Russia. I'm just trying to get details about the Russian FM. Black King is under very much pressure, guys. I think White should win this one. I got details about FM Denishev. Denishev. So that's the details about Denishev, the one who is playing from white pieces now, FM Denishev, and he is from Russia, guys. His FIDE rating is not mentioned here, but he is a part of many good clubs and many good uh, teams over here. And you can see 4,200 games. So that's really nice. and his rating is around 2400, so on an average 2300. So yeah, he's a nice player. Let's see. Let's follow the game now. And Sahib Singh Knight, he is playing from I'm not sure which country. He should be from India. He's playing against this FM right now, so he has good amount of time here. It would be interesting to see now how. I think this check is coming very soon now. F8 check, bishop f8, knight f8, queen f8, and black is in slightly better position. But I think black should win this one because this king is very well protected now. There is no problem with the king. Queen f1 and queen takes bishop. Yep, yep, that should be the win for white here. Sorry, for the black here. Okay, guys. Meanwhile, if you have any queries or questions, just let me know in the comment section. I would be happy to answer your queries and question. Right at seven, and yeah, I think this should be it. Black is just trying to find. White is just trying to find if he can get some perpetual checks, but that I think is not possible. And this is simple winning move now. Just push the pawn. All checks are stopped. I think here White would resign. Yep, I think he's going to resign now. Yep, let's go back to tournament. And just I wanted to have a quick look on all the players who all are playing right now. So in top 10 we have these all three players, all 10 players. Let's go to the next. There are a lot of title holders, guys. That's very nice to see. If you want to see any specific game, guys, just let me know in the comment section. I will try to get the I will try to get that player's game for you. Okay, let's try to see Kachipachi's game. Kachipachi is playing against GM. So two GMs are playing right now. Good to see. And both are playing in the Berserk mode. Let's check who these GMs are. He's from Iran. Let's try to get the profile. So the GM Kachipachi, he is from Iran, guys, and his rating is 2461. FIDE rating is 2461. Who is playing from white pieces right now? And GM Tornike Sanketzi. Okay, let's check. He's from Georgia, and his FIDE rating is 2515. So it's a great to have to witness the battle of two very good players, one from Georgia and one from Iran. Let's quickly see, guys, what happened in the opening. So it was a e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop c4, bishop c5, Geico piano. Knight f6, pawn d4, e takes d4, c takes d4, bishop b4 check. This is the main line of Geico piano, guys, wherein the bishop d2 is a safer line and knight c3 is an aggressive line here. So bishop d2 was played, bishop takes d2, knight takes d2, and now pawn d5. E takes d5, knight takes d5, and castles, and rook to c1, rook to e8, pawn h3, knight f4, and now rook e1, bishop d3, queen to a4, knight takes d4. The d4 pawn was offered free probably here. Knight takes d4, queen takes d4, and knight to f3 now. Queen goes back to f6. So white is a pawn down, but let's see if he can capitalize on the advantage that he has got probably by sacrificing a pawn and lead in development. But I think it's not a huge lead in development. There might be slight advantage, but it's not a huge lead in development. I think black should be able to handle this position, and unless he makes any blunder, black should be able to handle this position, guys. So queen to b2 now. Okay, so the viewers, let me know in the comment section if the voice and the video is clear. If you have any queries, comments, just let me know in the comment section. All the viewers, just let me know.
Rook e3 and queen d5. Yep. So queen takes queen, the queen exchange have been done now, and the ending should be in favorable of black, as black has an extra pawn. It would be interesting to see the technique, how black will convert his single pawn, that is the pawn advantage, a single extra pawn advantage, into a win here. It's going to be interesting, guys. So pawn f6, knight c4 now. So f5 is going to be a great square for this knight, just to put pressure. Okay, so g6 has been played just to stop this. Knight c7, an excellent move, guys. Look at this. Knight takes c7, rook d7 check, and rook takes knight. A very nice combination by white, but still black has two pawns here, which one of which can become a passer. So both the players have to be perfect. I think even the f2 pawn is hanging. So black should be winning this one, I think. Yep, I think now king is very near to the pawn, and this pawn will can be pushed very soon. Rook has to go back. So this check will be interposed by the rook in here. Pratham says, okay, thank you, Pratham. Thanks a lot. Both audio and video are clear. Yes, thank you very much, Pratham. I think, okay, so white resigned here. Let's see what was the last move. So rook moves. I think here, I think this rook check was possible. So king moves, rook takes pawn. Probably that was possible, and it could have been a draw there. So b2 was not the best move here when the white resigned. Okay, so rook f8, b2, and rook b8 check is simply a, I think it would be a something to fight for. Yep, I'm not sure why white resigned here, but let's go back now to the game, to the tournament, guys. And okay, so we have a lot of top players, GMs in the top players, top 10 players, and let's try to find. Uh, okay, GM Missy 95. Let's try to find the game. The champion 78. The champion 78 is one of the players who also plays in our Khelo Chess India daily LiChess team battle. Even you can participate in this battle, guys, in daily LiChess Khelo Chess India team battle. So let's say check this game. What happened? So 742 moves, and let's check the GM. Azerbaijan. The GM is from Azerbaijan. Let's try to get details about the GM from Azerbaijan. Let me just close this window. So GM Missy is Misradin. I'll just bring the profile here. So GM Missy is the Misradin Iskandarov from Azerbaijan country, and he has FIDE rating is 2535. That's a great rating, guys. So it would be interesting to see this game, guys. The way both players are playing. The champion is from India, and he's been part of the Khelo Chess India League Chess Team battle, so I'm very much aware of his games, guys. So let's see what's happening. So right now, Black is having a better position. Black is the grandmaster. He's having an extra piece over here. So g4 and h4 pawns are now hanging. And although king has advanced here, king is advanced, he is in bit of trouble. It's not comfortable for this king. For example, this check and even this knight can create some kind of tactics if possible. Rook check, king moves, rook check, king moves to f8. Okay, king goes to f8 now. Probably rook check first, king g7, and rook check, rook. Okay, rook can be interposed now. Rook takes. Oh, he's going for the exchange. That's interesting, guys, because now uh, it would be interesting ending, guys, because now we do have a possibility that there could be the pawns exchanged, and yeah, there is a trap now. Okay, this pawn actually could have been given because if captured, then rook check and rook takes. The rook could have been a skewer here.
I think this h pawn should be a winning pawn for black. Knight d4. It's interesting, guys. White is struggling here. I feel that white is struggling. Black has a lot of moves, a lot of plans here to continue this game. Pawn b3, rook moves, and I think the rook g6 check is a deadly check now. Yep, I think that's where white resigned and white missed this one. This move. Very nice game by the champion 78. Let's go back to tournament now. Let's check I am Vizum for Hoda. Let's check his game. So is those so two IMs are playing right now. Let's check their games, guys. So all those who have joined recently, I was just showing all the prizes. The first prize is rupees 3,000 for this tournament, and there is no entry fee, guys. So there are around 1,700 players playing in this tournament, guys. So I hope LiChess doesn't go down by any means. This is going to be a very nice tournament. I just want LiChess to be stable and not succumb to the number of entries in this tournament. I think this can be pushed. Yep, and now rook can just swing over and try to push the b4 pawn. So rook has to play to c8 now, just to attack this pawn. Rook c8 is now one should be one of the best moves. Yep, pawn push check. Okay, king moves and pawn push check probably. Rook is now trapped actually. If you see, the rook was trapped here. So white has decided to give away the pawn and just to get his rook in a better position. So white resigned here. Probably you can see that this is going to be much quicker as compared to what white is going to do over here. This one, and even here white has to pass double pawns while black would be having one, two, and three passers. Okay, so that's the reason why white has resigned here. Let's go back to tournament now. Okay, let's check another game. Let's check the game of Tornica Sankize. I think we have already checked. So Master Assassin is one that is pending. So let's check his game. He's playing live with the positional champ. So Master Assassin is playing in the Berserk mode, and you can see positional champ on 1999. Both are having an equal position now. Not So he's fighting well, positional champ. So Grandmaster is in pressure. On f4. Okay, that's nice. So White is playing well here. Actually, white is not a pawn up, but still it's an equal position. Now e3 is something that black would like to attack most. E3 is something that black would like to attack most. And e4 is an outpost for this knight. Okay, now knight. This the problem is that this knight cannot come back to c3 square because of this problem. This queen is controlling. So some way, white has to find something that yeah. So he chooses for knight b2 and knight d3 probably. Even queen c3 is available here. Queen c2 attacking the hanging piece, and now it would be difficult. Knight, I think knight has to come back to a4 again. Or we could have tried something. If queen takes knight, we could have given the queen check and queen takes rook. So probably just going back a move. I think here we could have tried something like rook to d1. If queen takes b2, then we could have this queen b1 and queen b8 and queen takes rook. So yeah, let's check what happened in the game. King h7 is played now.
So white, it's not going to be easy, guys. It's going to be very difficult. Even knight g3 is going to be very strong now. E3 pawn is hanging, so probably queen d4 has to be played to support the d4 pawn, e3 pawn. Queen e1 and queen a2. Again, the a3 pawn is now hanging. The problem is that with the f4, this square has become very weak. Now he has to play f5 and try to create some kind of weakness here. And I think this should be the game. The g2 pawn cannot be supported anymore. Yep. So white resigned here. Very nice game by the grandmaster. Let's go back to tournament now. Okay, now let's try to pick up. So anything you have in the anything you want to recommend, guys, just put in the comment section. We will try to take that game. Any ID that you want to check for. There is grandmasters, a lot of grandmasters playing in this tournament, guys. So let's check. Okay, we had a request from few players to check their games. Let me just try to bring that up. I will try to get. First, let me just start a game. Let's check GM Mabos and Zuber's game. Both are playing in the Berserk mode, and position is equal actually, with white having this IQP on d4 pawn. So this should be something that black will try to target. Yes, he has captured the d4 pawn. Bishop takes now. The problem is, okay, there is no problem actually. I thought the 8 rook was hanging here after rook takes d4, but the rook is supported by this knight. Knight d5, interesting. Interesting move, guys. Bishop takes e3, knight takes b3, b6, knight d5, and now I think rook d4. Yes, gaining a tempo with the attack, and now bishop I think d2 can be played. Rook can swing over to the h4 square. Okay, guys, just making sure the live stream is still live. And so, guys, any queries, questions, just let me know in the comment section. This is a huge tournament which is going on with the free cash prizes, no entry fee and cash prizes. So it's going to be a great tournament. I'm just trying to get the best games from the tournament for you guys. So queen to c5 and rook to c7 now, and queen has to move. Queen has to move. So queen b8 check, king h7, queen to d8, queen e5, and again the rook is attacked. Rook is safe now. Queen d2. I'm just trying to figure out this. The queen b2 was a threat. So queen is back to d2 now. h4. I think h5 might be played here. So g3 supporting the h4 pawn. So this bishop I think is going to be a strong bishop now. Yep. The problem is that now this rook cannot leave the last rank. If a rook leaves the last rank, it's going to be a check and mate. Yeah, so that's king h2 was a nice move just to make sure that rook has some time to go up. Probably rook has to come back now to defend the last rank. Yeah, and now I think rook c8 is the option. Rook c1. No, rook c1 was a blunder because of bishop g4 check and rook takes rook. Now black is under time pressure. Probably black might. Yep. Black might create a blunder, make a blunder here under time pressure. That's what white is hoping for. Now I think white would be slightly happier looking at the position. White has declined a draw a couple of times. Black has offered a draw. F2 pawn is now hanging, guys. F2 pawn is now pinned and hanging. Pawn e2 and I think e1. Rook e8 is forced now to stop this. Oh, that's nice move. Oh, it's a check and mate. Look at this, guys.
Look at this combination, a beautiful combination here, guys. Just look at this. So f4 check. It was compulsory for this king to go back somewhere. Okay, this f6 or any other square. This king could have come to f2 square, trying to guard this e1 square. But the problem is that the black played here king g4, and now king has no squares to go, and it was just a simple check and mate. So nice trap here by white, giving a beautiful check and mate. Very good game, guys, and very good, nice combination at the end. Let's go back now to the tournament. So still 51 minutes remaining, guys. Let me have okay. So Rasul Bugar is the new is the grandmaster. I think Missy, we checked the details about Missy from Azerbaijan. Let's check details about this grandmaster from okay, Rasul Bugar. Let's check his details. I think this was a dragon, probably a Yugoslav attack and dragon e4 g6 or perf defense or modern defense. So let's check the details. So there is not much details about GM Rasul Bogar. No details about which country he's from. Okay, he has played 9,796 games, so it's an old profile, but there is no details about his country or anything, guys. So I cannot give anything about him. Okay, anyways, let's see the game now. It's reaching the critical position of with the time pressures. E3 knight is now hanging. The queen is attacking the knight. Knight c2, and now I think knight d4 or even the rook d6. Oh, a beautiful knight. This is forced, and now b3. Rook b3 would be yeah, knight e3, and you can capture the rook. C3 pawn has to be guarded very well now. White is trying to create three passers over here, so that's going to be a nice way to. D6 is now hanging. Okay, so black lost on time. Just 10 seconds. So white was under a lot of time pressure, but black actually could have done something over here. The problem is that I think he should have sacrificed on c3 here. Knight takes c3, rook takes c3, and probably he could have tried something with the rook on c2. Anyways, now let's go back to the tournament, guys, and let's try to find out the next game. Okay, the next game will be between. Let's check this game, guys. A grandmaster and an international master playing with each other. This is white is having a positive position here. He has this outside passer. White is having the outside passer here, and this pawn is kind of blocked here, so it's not able to push the pawn. So I am receiving some requests, but Sanket, I am playing. I'm covering the live tournament now, so cannot accept your challenge, Sanket. So I'm really sorry. I think King D3 might be thought about here. White is actually winning, but he has to be careful here.
Rook e4. The check is available here, but I think this d4 pawn is very weak now. Rook check is available, but he has to take care of the d4 pawn. So king moves probably, and then rook takes, rook pawn takes. Rook c3 is preferred, and now d4 pawn is hanging. So I think this check will be given first. Rook takes c2 check. King d3, and I think rook d8 was also possible here, winning the bishop. Oh no, sorry, the rook was hanging on c2, so the bishop was not possible to move on. Rook was not possible to move on d8. So probably this rook will now go to somewhere on h2 and try to attack this f3 pawn. White to play now. White is having an extra pawn. So if white manages to exchange out the pieces and get this extra pawn moving, this should be easily in white's favor. So bishops are off the board, and this should be in favor of white. White should be able to win this one. So whenever you are having an extra piece, extra pawns, try to exchange off your pieces and get to the endgame as early as possible, I think. Yeah, so rook d5 now. Even rook b2 was possible to support the pawn. But yeah, this is the another option that white has over here. So rook d5 has its own advantages. So rook check. King has to move down now, and then rook can go to the e5 square. Rook check again. King g8. There is a mate on f c8 now. So black has to be careful. He has to play, and now rook c7 probably, or even king d3. This would be interesting. King d3 and the king moves to g6. b5 pawn is hanging. Hence, I think the rook has come back now. He's making sure that the king is not allowed to come on the other squares. King is not able to develop here because of rook b3. Rook c6. He is giving away the b5 pawn here, guys. The b5 pawn is given away. H6 pawn is hanging. So it would be interesting to see if black captures the pawn. He doesn't capture. He goes for his check and mate. Yep, that's what he's trying for. Rook a2 check and rook b1 check. Of course, the rook can be interposed, but then b5 pawn would be under attack. So rook to a6. Interesting move by the grandmaster. Uh, should we exchange on a3, a6 now? Rook takes a6, b takes a6, and rook here, a3, king g7, and I think this should be a draw. King, oh, h6 is now hanging. That's a problem. That's a problem. White has won this one. White has won this one. There's a bad move here. Just going back, this check, I think king should have gone back to the uh, g8 square here. Yeah, but I think this is winning now for white. Two passers, and I think it would be very difficult for black to now handle. Black is still going for some check and mate threats here. Rook check, and king comes to e3 now, or d3. Yeah, so black resigned here. So anyways, because whatever move he plays, there's going to be a check, and mate is stopped. Okay, and once the mate is stopped, black has nothing to do. White can just push the pawn over. Okay, hence he has resigned. Let's go back to tournament now. Let's pick up another game now, guys. Let's pick up a game from not from the Grandmaster or International Masters. Let's try to pick up some games from a random game with the lower rated players who are playing well. Let's check King 2725's game. So King 2725 is I'm not sure where he's from, but he is rated 2134 and he's playing against an FM. Let's check this game, guys. FM Millionaire 19. Let's check the details of FM Millionaire 19 if we have not checked them already. So FM Millionaire is from US actually. He's from US and his actual name is Daler Wakidov. I'm just bringing up his profile for you guys. This is FM Millionaire 19 who is playing right now in this game from Black Pieces. So his name is Daler Wakidov and he's from United States and his FIDE rating is 2177. So it's actually great to see players from all over the world participating in this tournament, and this is one of the prestigious tournaments that I can say we are having. The reason is the great late Sir Bhausaheb Padsalgikar. He was again a great player, and he achieved his FIDE rating on at the age of 85. Guys, that's a huge achievement. You can check my blog. I have mentioned details about him. A4 is played right now. Although White has these nice looking pawns, more pawns on the queen side, I think black has a better attack on king side. Yeah, just going away for a few seconds, guys. Queen f2 now, and I think b4 could be interesting. Queen f6 check is there. Queen f6, bishop g7 can be interposed. So I think b4 is something which I'm wondering. B4, bishop c5, I think. No, bishop c5, queen takes c5. Knight c6, knight d6 now. Knight e4 could be played. Knight can capture this pawn. This is available, right? Okay, the rook can capture the f1 rook check, and queen c4 check was available. No, rook takes f1 will be done in that case. And if knight f5 was possible, then bishop e3 could have been the killing move. Queen f6, and now bishop b6, not f6, b6 is a check. And now rook has to move. Probably rook will come to the open file in on the f7, or the c2 can be captured. Yep, c2 was hanging, so c2 is captured now, and he has to attack the g2 pawn now from probably f4 square. So knight has to maneuver. Okay, now the pawn on e5 is hanging. Uh, Probably knight c4 can be played here, or knight f5, knight c4. I think knight c4 b3. E5 was hanging, so yeah, b5 was also hanging. So yep, bishop d4.
or rook d4. e5 would be hanging because of bishop c3, then rook takes a4, bishop takes e5 check, and if e5 pawn goes away, then I think it's not good for black. So black has to maintain his e5 pawn here. So black has started rolling the pawn. It would be interesting to see now. Okay, king b8. So this e5 pawn, e pawn is the only pawn which is going to help black to create some kind of play over here. If the pawn reaches this g4, and if this pawn f2 is played, rook takes f2, then rook f1 check, king g2, and there could be rook g1 check and mate. So pawn has to be on g4 here. Black has to plan for that, putting the pawn on g4. Okay, so we have the live stream game. Yeah, that's what now black has started pushing the pawns, trying to create some mating pattern here. Pawn g4, and now pawn e2 can be played, threatening this rook to f1. Pawn h4, just trying to create some room for the king on h2, not allowing a checkmate on g1 here. So he is from US, I mean, the USA. So let's check, and his rating is FIDE rating is 2177. So it's nice to see uh, players with good FIDE rating playing in this tournament, and he's an FM as well. Okay, so that's very nice. He's just trying to enlarge the window if possible. Projector, copy. Okay. Yeah, I think the board is now larger and better view. Let me come back on the screen. Yeah, I was just trying few things here, guys. So bishop f2 now, and these two passers versus rook. I think white is going to win this one. King can just hide now behind the bishop, and soon this pawn will be. And once these two pawns reach the sixth rank, I think the rook cannot do anything about it. He has to attack. I think king just has to try and come nearer. White declines draw. Black offers draw here. Of course, white should decline here, I think, because pawn e6 is winning here. White should decline. He should try continue playing. Yeah, white declines the draw. Rightly declines draw because this is winning now. Two pawns on six can never be stopped by rook. Just remember this, guys. Pawn push now. Rook to a1, a2, and now pawn b7. Yes, black resigned here. Rightly so. Let's go back now to the tournament. Okay, so right now Corneta is okay. Lugowski Maxim. Let's check Lugowski margin scheme.
So top two players are playing right now. That's good to know. So Lugowski, Margin. Let's try to find out details about this player. Lugowski, Maxim. So guys, I'm not able to pronounce his name. I'm really sorry. I just has his profile. Lugowski, GM Lugowski. Okay, he is from Russia. His FIDE rating is 2515. So it's great to have such high rated FIDE players playing in this tournament from Russia, especially. It's really nice, guys. So that's the GM who is playing right now, and both players are playing in the Berserk mode. So Corneta is playing from white pieces, but we don't have any information about the player. Seems to be from France. Okay, he is an international master. Let's see. According to him, check the game, guys. Yeah. So game is equally poised. I think it's a symmetrical position. Just this pawn is reached on the d5 square, and that's where actually black has got an extra move to put his queen in the open file. Queen e4. There could be this threat now. This could end up in a draw if any of the players, if both players play perfectly. This should end in a draw. I think rook can get an entry now. Sorry guys, just trying to arrange some boards here so that you get a better view. Okay, pawn takes, and now d6 pawn. I think queen takes a3 can be. Oh, the rook is hanging on e8, so rook has to go to e2 now. Try and attack the f2 pawn. Probably rook can go back to the f1 square, and then queen takes a3, supporting the d6 pawn. And black might actually end up winning this. Oh, he's giving away the pawn. That's dangerous. Oh, okay. I think there's a mate. King h7, rook check. Yeah, there's a perpetual. There is a perpetual now. Yeah, and this is a perpetual. A very nice try by execution by white here. So guys, something to learn over here. If you just go back few moves, you're actually, if you can see that black is already on a very good attack. So white tried to go for a draw here. Yeah, for the draw, you can see in the chat section if you go to this game. But black offers draw, but I think it was not accepted. So white went for this combination. Queen takes d6. He gave away the f2 pawn, and then there was this rook c8 check. Okay, rook c8 check, king h7, rook h8 check, king takes h8, and then queen f8 check, and this is a perpetual. Okay, king moves up and queen f7, king moves up, king moves down. This is a perpetual checks. So a very nice way to draw, guys. We learned something new from this game. Just to keep in mind the combination, drawing combination over here. You can take a screenshot of this position, guys. Queen d6. White is giving away the f2 pawn. I really like this position. It's a beautiful position, guys. Okay, and the way this combination, this is a defensive combination. Rook takes f2 was allowed, and then rook c8 check, king moves, and rook moves to king moves to h7. Yep. So this is something that you can take a screenshot of and give it to your students or give it to your friends. White to play and draw. Okay. So this position you can take a screenshot of. Okay, very nice. So this is done now, and let's go back to tournament now. Let's check the next game. So right now, Corneta is leading the tournament with 58 points, followed by GM Lugowski Maxim on 52, GM Masmos on 50, GM Rasulko on 50, Tonike Sanitskize on 49. I am Vizumats for 48. GM Kachipachi on 45. I am Zuber on 44. I am Nuclear on 43. So we have good players in top 10. I'm just wondering if this final score of 58, how how much more score can this achieve? I think probably still we have 26 minutes. So even if each game there are four games played after this, 4 or 5 games played after this, 20 points can be added here max. I think. Okay, for probably 20 or 15 points can get added max over here, even if the player plays in the Berserk mode. So 15 points, it means around 74 or 75 should be the max score end game at the end of the tournament. 75 should be the first player who is playing, unless he plays too many games in Berserk mode and wins all of them. 75, it can also go to 85. Okay, let's pick up one of the games now. So GM Lugosko is playing with Visumata, and both are playing in the Berserk mode right now. Let me just have a sip of water, guys. Mayank Hinge says hi sir. Hello Mayank, hope you are doing well. I saw you were streaming, right, Mayank? You were streaming after before some time. I saw you streaming, but probably you stopped the streaming. Okay. Okay, you lost the connection. That's fine, Mayank. So yeah, both players are playing in the Berserk mode and Knight H4 now. So final 24 minutes, guys, of the tournament. Don't miss this 25 minutes. This is going to be very critical. So black is having very good tactics here right now. I think black this knight e2 is very critical. Knight e2, knight takes queen. So king has to move, saving the check, and the f4 knight is f4 bishop is now. Uh, I think this is something that white missed. White resigned over here. Okay, so let's check this combination. So knight h4 was probably not the best move, allowing black to play knight pawn to d4. And then once this knight came to d4, it was impossible to save all of these threats here. Okay, so that's why white resigned here. Let's quickly check what else could have been played. After instead of king h2, if we could have played queen to g4. No, even then it was losing because of knight check, king h2, king h1, knight h2, knight e2 check, king h1, queen f4, queen d7 check, king f8, queen d8 check, and I think there might have been a possibility. But yeah, black might have found some way to stop the perpetual. Okay, let's go back to tournament now and check the next game. Sir, show my finished game that I won. Okay, Mayank, what was your you were playing with which ID? MPH chess. Okay, so Mayank was playing from one of the Mayank is one of our players of Khelo Chess India. He is team member, so he has defeated few players. Let's check what was his best win. Let's check his game against Harshu. Okay, and so just guys, I'm just picking up few games from the lower rated players. So Mayank is playing from black pieces here. So e4 c5 knight f d6 d4 c takes d4 knight takes d4 knight f6 knight c3 pawn g6 dragon variation of Sicilian defense, guys. Bishop g7 castles bishop e3 knight c6 knight takes c6 b takes c6 and pawn f4. This is again a old line in which old classical line from white side. Most players like to play the Yugoslav attack with f3, queen d2, and long castles. Pawn e6. Okay, pawn e6. I think I'm not sure if that's the best. I think knight d7 could have been played here, or rook, queen a5 probably, or knight d7. Any of these two moves could have been a better option. Probably h5 also. I'm not sure. We need to check that. Okay, so pawn e6, bishop to f3, bishop b7, pawn e5, and even the exchange I think should not be done here. You could play knight to d5 here. That could be the better option, Mayank. Pawn takes, queen takes, rook takes, and pawn takes. Now knight to uh, d5. I think knight d7 was better here because you can just capture the pawn on e5. It cannot be supported twice. Probably, yeah. I think knight d7 could have been played here. So knight d5, knight takes d5, c takes d5, with rook to e1, bishop takes e5, and bishop to okay, bishop.
G5, there is a discover attack on the bishop here, and bishop takes rook is the threat. So pawn f6 now. Bishop goes back to d2. I was just wondering if we can play rook takes e5, f takes e5, bishop takes d8, rook takes d8, and this center passer will be a very strong one. So no point in giving the sacrifice. So bishop went back to d2, bishop to d4 check, and I think this center is very strong. E pawn is going to be the winning pawn for black here. Bishop takes, rook takes, and now pawn to e5, rook to d8, pawn to e4, pawn to e4. Yeah, bishop e2, pawn d5. And this is winning position for black now. Black just has to make sure not to make any blunders. What about rook b3 here? Rook b3, pawn d2, rook c2, rook c3, rook anywhere. Sorry, rook. Okay. Rook b3, pawn is hanging. If you play pawn d2, then rook to c3, rook b8, rook c2, and the d2 pawn is now hanging, right? Rook takes d2 is coming very soon. So probably this was not the best way to play. Okay, rook b3, and you don't have sufficient time to just do rook d7 and get the rook on d8. So king can also just quickly come and capture the pawn. Let's see what happened in the end game, guys. Yep. So the line which I took rook b3 was probably better for white. You might not have lost so many pawns. Yep, and the endgame was in just in favor of black. So connected passes versus the rooks, it is not going to be easy. It's a check and mate. Okay, that's your game, Mayank. Very nice game. And let's check one of the let's check the last games which are happening right now from the last bottom few players. If anyone is playing 0 points, let's pick up players with or at least with a few points. Okay, not many players have scored good points. There should be an option here to just select all the players, show all the players who have scored at least 1 point. So last, I think 200 players have not even played a game. That's not good. If you're giving an entry, guys, you should participate and play the tournament. I'm just trying to reach the player who has scored at least 1 point. Yep, I think we have reached here. So 100 and 1187th player is the first player who has scored 1 point. Let's check his run. So his name is Nikhil Pitroda. He's from probably India, and he has lost many games, but he has drawn a couple of games. So this 1187. So out of 1600, actually 500 players are not playing at all. That's not good to know. Let's go back to the top tables, guys, and try to get some. Okay, I am Abdul Smo. I think we have not checked game from this player. Let's check Abdul Masao's game. Abdul, okay, Abdul Salimov. Okay, he's from Uzbekistan. Yeah, he's from Uzbekistan, guys. And let's try to get details about him. Okay, okay. So there is no. He's from Uzbekistan, but there is no FIDE rating mentioned against his profile. Just trying to figure out his FIDE rating, guys. Yeah, I have his details here. So probably now you can see on the screen. This is the I am from playing from white side, guys, right now in this game, and he is from Uzbekistan. You can see his FIDE profile. Yep, I'll just take it down. You can see the name here. Yeah, so he has his standard rating is 2397, rapid rating is 2204, and blitz rating is 2389. So that's a great rating, guys. A nice player from Uzbekistan.
And Damian Lamy, he's from Italy. Let's try to check his details as well. So Omkar is here. Omkar says very nice games, nice analysis. Thank you, Omkar. Thank you very much. I'm just trying to make sure that we are also following the all the players who are playing these games. I'm just trying to get details of all the players as well. So Damian Lamy is from Italy and he his FIDE rating is 2004. He is an Italian Chess Federation candidate master, Damiano Lamy. Okay, let me just get his profile on the screen. So he is playing from Black Pieces here, a player from Italy. He is the candidate master in Italian Chess Federation candidate master. Yeah, his rating is 2004. So we know about all the players now who are playing in the tournament. At least the players which are playing in this game. Okay, guys. So if you have guys any questions, queries, just let me know in the comment section. I would be happy to answer your queries and questions. This coverage is mostly for witnessing all the nice games and learning from them as much as possible. Look at this combination, guys. Let me just go a couple of moves back. This was the position. Now look at this bishop. It's just the perfect piece, a dream piece that any chess player would have to get an attack on h7. The bishop is also nicely placed. The knight is nicely placed. The rook is nicely placed. Only rook, which is on d1, is doing the function of supporting the d4 pawn. So it's absolutely a nice, all the pieces are in nice position, guys. And here rook g5 was played. Rook g5 attacking this g6 knight thrice now with all these pieces. And here actually black played bishop e5. He tried to sack the pawn, sack the bishop due to probably the time pressure here. And then we captured, then the IM captured the g6 g6 knight here, who is attacking the queen. Also the g7 pawn is hanging, so queen moves, rook g7, bishop g7, and now we have this queen h7 check, king to f7, bishop, queen g7 check, king e6, and now this knight f4 check. And all these moves were just played in a flash of second. So that's the great thing that we are able to witness here in this live stream, guys. Players playing this beautiful combinations, grandmasters playing this beautiful combination in just few seconds, guys. So this is the beauty of the chess that we are witnessing here. So you can just take a snapshot of this position, guys. This was the position here, and here white to play and win. You can just take a snapshot of this. Rook g5 is the move, and this is something that you can give to your students, to your friends, or share in your other groups as a puzzle to other members of your group. Okay, let's go back to tournament now. Last 13 minutes remaining. It was a superb tournament so far. uh, I am Zubar. Okay, I think we have checked this games. He is playing against GM Masmos. Mayank says Indians are great. Khelo Chess India is the resemblance of to my statement. Thanks, sir, for making this team and group lucky to be in the KCI teams. Thanks, Mayank. Thanks a lot. It's also about support from you guys. Guys, you are doing great, and so supporting my channel, my team, Khelo Chess India, and helping it reach a great level. So thanks a lot for that, guys. I think the game is over. I want to see a live game. Let's go back. Satya is here. Satya Sekhar Mitra. Good tournament and good tournament. Tough tournament. Yes, Satya, a very good tournament. Satya is our Khelo Chess India team member, top member from Khelo Chess India, and he is doing a great performance for Khelo Chess India. So thank you, Satya. He's also a coach from West Bengal. So any West Bengal players who are watching the live stream, they want to take coaching, you can reach out to Satya. He's also a very good coach, and his rating is around 2200. So he's a very good player. You can always take coaching from him. So reach out to him. He is there in the comment section. You can just ask in the comment section about his details. His ID is Satya Sekhar Mishra on LiChess. You can message him, or even in the comment section you can ask him. Omkar says even rook f6 looked winning instead of rook g5. Any move, literally domination. Yes, Omkar. I think the chat is slightly delayed here from where I was actually showing the game. So I would have to go back to that game to check that. But right now, let's check the next game. Let's check the next game between the okay, GM Masmos and Luxoki. Both GMs are playing right now, and GM Masmos is playing in the Berserk mode. He's on the top position right now, while Lugowski is on Lugowskoy is on 2425. GM Masmos, I'm not sure if we found the details. Yeah, he's from Iran, and he's playing in the Berserk mode. So it would be interesting to see if he can just cash in with the remaining time of his time. Okay, I'm just making sure the stream is working fine. Yes, there was some disconnection in between, but I think it's working fine now. Bishop takes queen. What happened here? What happened? Let's go few moves back, guys. So bishop a3 was played here. Queen made to move to d7, of course, to save the bishop. But now I think bishop f5 is something that white player was trying to get. GM Asmos was trying to get into. So hence knight h4 now, trying to get his bishop to f5 and rook to g8, pawn to b4, knight to g6. I think is something that white made white happy to play this move and pin the queen. So bishop f5 was played, knight takes h4, and bishop takes queen, rook takes queen, and now pawn b5 was played, knight moved to a4. But this position actually with two rooks, there are two rooks. There's a bishop and knight, and so two knights and bishop versus queen. That's the battle which is going on here. Sorry, two knights versus queen. That's the bishop. That's the battle which is going on here. Let's see what's happening in the live position now. Knight g2, a sacrifice here on g2. If king takes g2, probably then g takes h3 check, king moves, and bishop takes queen. A very nice combination coming up there. So pawn h4 was played, knight h4, and now bishop takes f6, attacking the knight on h4, the hanging knight. And we have knight f3 check, king to g2, pawn g3, an excellent move, threatening now knight h4 and bishop takes queen. This is the way to play, guys. We have to learn a lot from these grandmasters. They are playing beautiful now, and he's just saving the queen by putting the rook on queen on the d3 square. Probably now, g takes f3 can be played. A check, king takes f3. Knight is hanging on f3. Okay, knight. If queen takes knight, then again bishop e4 was a beautiful move, queen pinning the queen. Lots and lots of tactics, guys. This is the way we should play, guys. I'm very happy to witness such beautiful games live. That is also live. I'm very happy today to see all these combinations and beautiful tips and tricks from these GMs. Gem of the games, guys. Even this, okay, NH4 is not available. Knight E1 is available, but the last rank is guarded by the rook. It would be interesting to see Black's tactics. Now, Black is playing beautiful here. So both the knights and the bishop are in the beautiful position. They are creating a lot of tactics right now. Even knight D2 is coming, is going to come very soon probably. This knight has to be moved somewhere from where it can get some good advantage. Probably h5 is something. Oh, knight to e5. What would be the idea of this position of this move? Probably knight to, oh, knight g4. I think knight g4 is coming now. After the king moves, knight g4 will be coming very soon, and then king might be in slight of trouble. Or is he going to play knight d3? What would we prefer here, guys? Knight g4 or knight d3? Okay, knight d3. Yes, attacking the queen. I think queen should go to h4 now. Yes, queen goes to h4, and now knight jumps into the action. Knight f3 check and knight takes queen. So white has to be very, very, very careful here, guys. Yeah, rook f1. He gives up the rook for this knight now. Would you capture the rook now, or would you save your knight just to create more tactics? What would you do, guys? Knight d1, knight c1. Knight c1 can be played here. Knight c1, rook c1, knight f3 check. If not rook f1, then knight e2 check is coming very hard. Bishop e5 trying to protect this pawn. Knight c1, guys. Knight c1. Knight c1 and knight e2. Yeah, Masmos, you're amazing. There are a few comments in this comment section, but this is a beautiful game, guys. This is a beautiful game. A great fight going on between the two grandmasters here. Knight c1 is something that I am voting for. Oh, what happened here? Oh, the rook was captured. Rook was captured. Black is not at all under time pressure. White is under time pressure, so black can take his time and try to find some good combination here. I think knight c1 might have worked. Pawn b6, pawn b6, just trying to make sure there is no back rank weakness. Rook goes back now, and pawn b5. I think this yeah, pawn push, pawn takes pawn, and knight c4 should be brought back probably. Yeah, and yeah, this pawn is now the passer. So queen has to come back now to just save this pawn. Queen cannot allow this pawn to just get along. Now I think this rook can move. Yep, and now a3 can be played. Yeah, c7 was hanging. So bishop f4 just is trying to attack on c7.
Can knight come back into the game? Okay, b5 was hanging. B5 was hanging. Pawn a6. Knight is safe now. And yep, I think that pawn should fall now. Knight takes d4. Can black play knight takes d4? Yes, knight takes d4. Knight f6. Knight c6. Knight c6 back, attacking the queen and the bishop here. Oh, the c7 pawn is hanging. C7 pawn is hanging, guys. I think that's difficult now to save. C7 cannot be saved right now. Can black manage to save the c7 pawn? Can black manage to get his king into a safer position? It's a difficult position for black now. Black has all his active pieces, but the position is weak because of this c7 pawn is hanging. Yes, rook. If rook moves, no, there is a problem with this. I was just wondering if, yeah. So knight d6. Knight was sacrificed finally. I think white should win this one now. Under a lot of pressure, so GM Masmos playing a great chess here and giving a great exemplary example of how the chess has to be played under time pressure, guys. Beautiful game, guys. I really enjoyed this one. And Omkar says Queen F4. So Omkar, which move are you suggesting here? Queen F4. Just give me the move number, Omkar. We would like to have look at this. Queen F4, King B8. Queen F4, King B8. I'm just going to show you this, guys. Okay, just going few moves back. Okay, so here black was very active. Black had actually a lot of time to handle this position. So black captured. Black played this knight takes b5, and probably this is a time where he started losing the grip on the game. Knight b5, bishop to b4, and here we had pawn to a6. Pawn a6 again, I think was not required right away. It could have waited for some time. Importantly, this pawn c7 pawn had to be supported for a long time as much as possible, but he played pawn a6, queen to d7, and now rook to g1. I think g1 capturing this pawn was not the right move. Queen e7, and here pawn h6, pawn to c4, king moves, knight d4. So knight d4, I think, yeah, knight d4 is something where black completely lost his grip on the position. The reason is that after bishop to a5, the c7 pawn is very hanging. It's actually, you cannot save the c7 pawn after this. That's the big problem out there, guys. So here, I think black, this is the position where the black lost his all control on the c7 pawn. Excellent game, guys. So queen f4 probably was a good idea with rook g4. Queen f4. So Omkar, just if you're listening, just if you can give me the move number, we can check this uh, queen f4 move. After bishop a5, I think rook c4, rook f5 check, king to e1. Knight d6 was a desperate move just to make sure. I was thinking about going. I was thinking about this move, rook to e5, but I think queen c7. I was just hoping if rook e5, queen e5, knight f3, but yeah, GM won't capture the rook. He would go for the queen c7 check. Yep. And there is no way you can just save this pawn. Beautiful game, guys. GM Masmos, you have given us a beautiful example. GM Masmos is from Iran, guys. Please follow him. He has shown a great example of how to play in the time pressure, guys. Please follow this grandmaster. Let's go back to tournament now. Just 2 minutes and 50 seconds remaining. I would really thank Mr. Purohit who has organized this tournament, and there is a great team. Even I will introduce all the team after this our live stream is over. We have Aditya Shukla online. Hi Aditya. Satya says, "What a game! We should all learn from GM how to recover from the time pressure." Yes, Satya. This is a beautiful example. This is the game to watch again and again and learn how they have been playing so cool in just 10 seconds, 4 seconds, 5 seconds time. It's a great example, guys. So let's check last game for today before the tournament ends. From GM Sindarov GM. Let's check who is this player. Sindarov GM. He is from Uzbekistan again. Let's try to get his details. Yeah, so his name is Javohir Sindarov. Okay, I'm just bringing it here
for you. He's playing from white pieces here. He's from Uzbekistan. His rating is FIDE rating is 2557. That's a great rating, guys. Great players playing today. I'm really happy, and it's great that we are able to see all the Gmail IDs as well. So we can just reach out to them if you have any queries, questions. You can reach out to them. And okay, draw is accepted now. I think last minute, so players are just accepting the draw. Okay, let's go back to the tournament, guys, and let's check who all are leading right now. Last minute, guys, let's not pick up a game. So Cornita is someone who has no title, but he has played absolutely great in this tournament, guys. Let's see what his score is, 172, and let's check which players he has beaten. He has beaten Grandmaster Kachipachi, and he has beaten Grandmaster Lugoskoy. He has beaten Grandmaster. Now I am Zubar. Again, a draw with I am Zubar, and he has beaten anyone else. Sorry, he has lost against these players, guys. GM Kapipachi, and he has lost against GM. He has not beaten them. He has beaten I am Saparmiabrat and GM Lugovskoy. I'm sorry, guys, if I'm pronouncing the name wrong, but this something that we had to take care of. Okay, so he has played a beautiful chess, guys. I think the pairings have stopped now, and we could see final if this player is playing. No, he's not playing. Is he playing? Yeah, he's playing. If he wins this one in last 15 seconds, he might get on top at the second place. Let's wait for 10 seconds, guys. It's an end game, so probably a win for White. GM Asmos. I think he just missed it. So that's the final ranking, guys, for the tournament. Corneta has won the tournament, followed by GM Tornike. Corneta, I don't think we have any information, but we have GM Tornike, Sanikidze from, I think this is Georgia. Yes, Georgia. And we have GM Masmos, we just saw from Iran, a beautiful example from this game. Guys, please do watch this live broadcast again as a recording, and this watch the game of GM Masmos. It's brilliant. It was the last ending part. And Aditya says, "Thank you, sir, for giving your precious time to us." Aditya, it's my pleasure. I enjoyed this very much. This was a great tournament. I would like to cover more of this tournament in future. We have learned great, great ways from this GMs to win the games, especially in the time pressure. So do guys do check this live stream. Just go back few moves, few sometime back in this around 15 minutes back to witness the game of GM Masmos. And just to give credits to all the organizers out there, this is my page, blog page, wherein I had. Let me just try to get this. Okay, so this is about the tournament, guys. I think it's not in the full screen, so let me just try to maximize it so that you can watch this. You'll be able to read this, guys. Let me just try to get it to you. Okay, so let's thank this tournament was named after the great Sir Bhausaheb Padsalgikar. He passed away actually at the age of I think in 2005 or 6 he passed away, but his birth date was 4th July 1919, and he has received lots and lots of awards, guys. Let me just confirm all the awards. I can read it out to you. I have written it on my mobile. I could not prepare much, but I will just read out the awards that he has received. He has received Dronacharya Award. He has received Raja Shiva Chhatrapati Award, and he has been in chess since long time, guys. So he has contributed a lot and lot to chess, guys. This players and the people like Bhausaheb Padsalgikar, they are great contributors to chess. And wherever you are, guys, you don't have to put money. You can just put in some efforts, teach some poor kids. You can always contribute from your side towards chess if you have the talent, guys. I would like to now thank all of. Let me just scroll it and make it. Yep. Now let me just scroll down and just thank all the sponsors here. So sponsored by International Master Samir Kathmai. Let me just zoom in so that you can read the names. Probably it's still gone out of the. Let me just bring it here. Yeah, I think you can now read it. So this tournament was sponsored by International Master Samir Kathmai, FIDE arbiter Zuili Kulkarni Excellence Chess Academy, with which we had an interview last time on how to become an arbiter. Gauri Kamkar, she is a Karmarkar, she is a chess coach. Nirmala Kulkarni, she is a daughter of late Bhausaheb Persagekar. and Mrs. Pushpa Ekbote, again daughter of late Bhausaheb Padsalgikar, Mrs. Vidya Haldikar, again daughter of late Bhausaheb Padsalgikar, Mr. Santosh Sakpal, he's a former state champion, and the tournament was organized by Nutan Bundibar Mandal and Purohit Chess Academy. So thanks to both of the organizations. Nutan Buddhibar Mandal, just I would like to give more about this. This is a chess body who has been uh, organizing lots of tournaments, especially in Sangli, and they have a chess festival in the month of May. So if you want to come down, you can come down to Maharashtra in India. It's a state, and the city is Sangli. So you can just Google out. They have a beautiful chess festival in May. Every May, this May probably due to lockdown they did not have it, but you can definitely come down, guys, and you will have a beautiful time in Sangli in May, every year in May. By reaching out to this Nutan Buddhi Manda, you can just get the details of the tournaments. So there was no entry fee, and it was again, this was the links given. This was on September. So this is all the price list. You can check this blog if you want. I will just put the link in the comment section. And Kushagra is here. Kushagra says, "Hello, sir. Hello, Kushagra. Hope you are doing well. We are just winding up for the what we are just winding up today's live stream, guys. We have covered a lot of good games, grandmaster games in this